What's up everyone, it's Nick again, and after a few days off, I'm back with another video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And even though I'm all decked out in Giants gear, I'm here to talk about the Cleveland Browns actually, and for that, I have my OBJ jersey, both the Giants one and LSU jersey in the back. Prayers up for him though, because as you may know, he's still recovering from an ACL tear, and he's still my favorite player playing right now. I'm quite a sucker for him, but anyways, we're not here to talk about the Giants. We're here to talk about the Cleveland Browns, because they're 7-3 despite actually giving up more points this season than their opponents. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But anyways, let's just get right into it. So the Cleveland Browns are currently 7-3, and 2-1 since OBJ tore his ACL, or if you want to count that game, 3-1, and they've given up more points this season than points they've actually scored, and they're most likely going to be 8-3 by Sunday because they're playing the 1-9 Jacksonville Jaguars, who we can all expect them to beat. We can all put our money on it if you want to gamble. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to bet on the Jaguars this year, or most seasons really. 2017 is the one year I can actually remember them being good, or they may have had a few good years when I first started watching football before that, but whatever. So while Baker Mayfield really hasn't played well at all this season, their running game has really been their bread and butter on offense, with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And last time I did a football video, I ranted about Daniel Jones, but you know what though? He actually did better against the Eagles than Baker Mayfield did. About time the Giants beat the Eagles. Been 4 years too long. And since I did that rant video, Daniel Jones actually hasn't turned the ball over. But to be fair, he's been going against some pretty bad teams, and he's about to go against another bad team in the Bengals on Sunday. But anyways, back to the Browns. Their running game, they're third in rushing yards this season with their 1-2 punch of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. As expected, Nick Chubb got off to a red hot start to the season, but in week 4 against the Cowboys, Nick Chubb had an MCL injury that made him miss 4 weeks, but Kareem Hunt happened to fill in pretty well. However, it's clear as day who the better running back actually is, and since Nick Chubb has returned from injury, he ran for 126 and 114 rushing yards respectively. With Baker Mayfield playing as horribly as he has been, that running game though, that's like what's been keeping the offense from being absolute rock bottom this year. Isn't it crazy though that Nick Chubb was a 2nd round pick the same year that Baker Mayfield was the number 1 overall pick? I remember I was so excited that the Browns decided to pass up Saquon Barkley and take Baker Mayfield. I thought that the Browns were definitely going to take Saquon, but you know what though? They got the running back that's healthy, even though I think when both are healthy, I'm going to give it to Saquon simply because Saquon is just a much better receiver. But Nick Chubb is definitely not far behind. That dude's a stud. But you know what though? Maybe I shouldn't be too harsh on Baker Mayfield because he's had 3 different coaches and 3 different offensive coordinators since he came into the league. And that's really tough for any young quarterback to overcome. So you let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, also, I gotta mention another former Giant. Olivier Vernon was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week for Week 11 after recording 5 tackles, 3 sacks, and a safety. He was part of that really good Giants defense in 2016 that was second to the Patriots in fewest points given up. He should have made the Pro Bowl that year, but it is what it is. Now, the Browns are 18th in points given up this season. That looks suspect, doesn't it? However, they haven't given up more than 17 points this month. And the game they lost to against the Raiders, that was a 16-6 game, and that was to a pretty solid offense, and that was while Nick Chubb was still hurt. Now, I should also point out, though, that their run defense has been pretty solid. With Myles Garrett back from his suspension, and also Sheldon Richardson, and with Olivier Vernon stepping up last week, yeah, this team is in a 4-way tie for 8th in sacks this season, but they're also just 22nd in quarterback hits. The team is 5th in takeaways, however, they have had a tendency to big up big plays, but they're also not a good 3rd down defense for this season. But this month, though, the defense has really stepped it up. When looking at the entire Browns schedule, other than the Colts, their other 6 wins were against sub-500 teams, and they will finish the season with a record above 500. They're definitely going to beat the Jaguars, and if they don't beat the Jets, then what the and they're most likely going to beat my Giants. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah, they're probably going to beat my Giants, but I expect that to be a low-scoring game. I can expect the Giants to at least slow down Nick Chubb because they actually have a really good run defense this year. But other than that, though, The Ravens and Titans are games that I could see going either way. I don't think they're going to beat the Steelers though. But anyways, this is the season that the Browns are going to be over 500 for the first time since 2007. When Derek Anderson, Braylon Edwards, and Kellen the Rapist Winslow were one-year wonders for them. Overall though, I think that this Browns team is pretty legit. Even though they've beaten a lot of bad teams, they've had a pretty easy schedule for the most part of this season. At least they're beating those bad teams, right? And Browns fans should definitely be the happiest they've been in a long time. But now, do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? No, of course not. They're not even the best team in their own division. Like I said, I do fully expect the Steelers to beat them. The Steelers are the clear-cut best team in the AFC. In fact, they're probably the best team in the NFL right now. I mean, they're the only team that hasn't lost yet. And yeah, there's Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They are the defending champions. And, well, yes, Patrick Mahomes is definitely a better quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger. He's definitely the best quarterback in the league. The Steelers just have a much better defense. So that's why I'm going with the Steelers over the Chiefs, not just because of their record. But anyways, that's it for now. Please remember to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell button, and I'll see you next time.